Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Good evening. My name is Millie Monroe. You might know me as Prince Jordan Tyson or Mr. Aldrich. Recently, it's come to my attention that this planet has 15 billion people on it. And with that, a very small percentage is blonde hair and blue-eyed people. And they're disappearing very quickly. They're disappearing faster and faster every single day. Now, who's responsible, you might ask? It's the government, the NSA, the military. They've been running what's called social human experiments, or human social experiments, from what they've told me to my face. And then they use those experiments for some sort of personal jealousy data. Now, I'm quite sure that you're all aware right now that the entire world, the entire planet is undergoing some sort of an experiment from the white trash government. Now, I say white trash government because the white trash government, they are people who stole the positions in the White House. They're people who never should have been allowed in the Congress, in the White House, in the Senate. You see, I'm King Rollo's great-grandson. Now, King Rollo was the king of kings, if you don't know who he is. Around 900 AD, he gave birth to almost the entire royal family line, including the current, or past, Queen Elizabeth II. She is King Rollo's great niece. I'm King Rollo's great grandson. I have his last name. My mom has his last name. My grandma has his last name. My great grandma has his last name. Do you know what that last name is? It's King Rollo Clifford. King Rollo's last name. We are his royal family. We are the royal family. 90% of King Rollo's family has blonde hair and blue eyes, or strawberry red, or some version of the blonde or the red, or some combination of the blonde and the red. That being said, 75% of his family, his immediate family, stayed in Europe. 25% came to the United States. Since coming to the United States, the 25% of King Rollo's family, they become victimized. They've been victims ever since the 1900s. Today, only a small number of those exist. Why? Because the government, who stole their positions in the first place from my family. Secondly, because of dark-haired, dark-eyed people in the United States. Let's face it, dark hair, dark eyes takes about 80% of the population. They find blonde hair and blue-eyed people, they find red-haired people tantalizing, appetizing, alluring. They find them to be a trophy. Well, by fulfilling their own personal desires, they've dang near demolished our entire family line. The U.S. government sought to replace all the blonde hair and blue-eyed people and pulled them out of positions of power. They also pulled them out of positions of entertainment, which left just a very few in entertainment and in positions of power. They did that because the government was jealous of them. The government would never should have had their positions. But the royal family has been trained for leadership for thousands of years. So out of jealousy, they pulled the blonde hair and blue-eyed people out of positions of power and started using them for experiments. On top of that, then we also have the dark-haired, dark-eyed people who want them for trophies. To use and abuse them sexually, immorally, to trap them, to trick them, to turn them into drugs, turn them into prostitutes and strippers. Well, I'm here to tell you, by doing all that, especially by the government pulling them out of positions of power, you left them defenseless, you left them weak, you left them vulnerable, fragile, susceptible to crimes and criminals. The result, 99% of our population has been murdered. Since all the blonde hair, blue-eyed people, and even the red hair people are descendants of my great-grandfather, King Rollo, they're also my great-grandchildren. That's right. Yeah, they're my great-grandchildren. I am the royal family. My mom has King Rollo's last name. My grandma has King Rollo's last name. My great-grandma has King Rollo's last name. All the way back to King Rollo. Do you understand what I'm saying? We are his royal family. They are my grandchildren. The blonde-haired, blue-eyed people, even the redheads, even the mixtures, they're all my family, my great-grandchildren. They don't belong to you. They don't belong to the United States. They don't belong to anybody. They were raised by the royal family to be kind, compassionate, loving, caring. They were raised to be princes and princesses. They were raised to be kings and queens and to be leaders and educators and teachers and moms and dads. And to help and to be church pastors. And all of the wonderful things that leaders do and are supposed to do. To set a good example. But what have you done in 100 years? You stole your position. You didn't know how to treat royal families. You didn't know what to do with the royal family because you weren't from a royal family. And you destroyed the entire royal family of the United States in 100 years. Good job. You're an idiot. But my job's not to condemn. I'm here to inform you of the royal protection laws. You are hereby notified that protections are now in place for the blonde hair and blue-eyed people, even the redhead people, because you seem to like to target them and use them for experiments. And all of you dark-haired, dark-eyed people seem to love to target them for trophies, for your sexual desires and your sexual fantasies. Well, guess what? You've made them extinct in the United States, all of you. You're all guilty. I'm King Rollo's grandson. Those are my great-grandchildren. Do you think I think it's funny? Because you've targeted me too. I definitely don't think it's funny. If you continue the extinction, if you continue to contribute to the extinction, exploitation, or injuring any of the blonde-haired, blue-eyed royal family descendants, blonde hairs, blue-eyed, or redhead, or any version of those, you will be found guilty of several charges. International, national, worldly, doesn't matter. You will be held responsible. This is not a joke. These are my family. These are my great-grandchildren. And by the way, I outrank each and every one of you. Whoever you are, whatever your rank is, I can assure you that you're not King Rollo's royal family. Whatever rank position you hold that you stole, your family stole, your predecessors stole, you never should have been in that position in the first place, because this world wouldn't be the way it is now had you known what you were supposed to be doing. My family's been trained for thousands of years. We know what we're doing. You stole your position. You thought, oh, wake up one day, you can run the country. Guess what? You can't. The last 100 years have proved that. My rank is higher than you. I am the royal family. This is not a joke. If you're targeting blonde hair and blue-eyed people, consider this your fair notice. Here's a message to my blonde hair and blue-eyed loved ones, to my blonde hair and blue-eyed grandchildren, to my red-haired grandchildren, great-grandchildren. If you have been victimized, or if you know someone who's been victimized, please come forward. I'm here to protect you. We're here to protect you. It's my job as King Rollo's grandson, officially his grandson, the royal family. It is my job to stand up and protect you, because nobody else is going to stand up and protect you. Do I want to pull rank? I just wanted to be a normal person, have a normal life, have a normal family, have a normal job, and just enjoy my life. You want to pull rank? Guess who has the rank? I do. My family founded Parliament. My family founded the government. My family founded the United States. Think about that. Chew on that for a while. You want to talk about rank? So, my dear loved ones, my dear great-grandchildren, if you've been victimized by anyone, dark hairs, dark eyes, tattoos, trashy, government, cultish, belonging to any sort of organization or group that has harmed you or hurt you, please come forward. It needs to stop now. I'm here to protect you. These groups, cults, dark-haired, dark-eyed people, trashy people, government people, they've all been using and abusing the blonde hair and blue eyes. They've been putting them in prostitution, into drugs, into strippers, into movies, into sex. I go onto the internet and I find them on sex channels. What are they doing? Dark-haired people attacking blonde hair, blue-eyed people, red-haired people. So if you've been victimized by any way, by anybody, in any way, shape, or form, I want you to come forward. Because you, being blonde hair, blue-eyed, you've been raised to be a princess, a prince, a king, a queen, a teacher, an educator for thousands of years. Whatever they're doing to you is wrong. So you need to come forward, okay? To the rest of you guys, if you think this is about racism, think again. This is about my family. It's about my great-grandchildren. Has nothing to do with skin color. Has nothing to do with race. My family are dying and disappearing. Becoming extinct because of you. Whether they're homeless, whether they're wealthy, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The reason there's blonde hair and blue-eyed people on the streets, on the corners, is because the people in Washington, D.C. didn't belong in those positions in the first place. They weren't from the royal family. Had they known had they been from the royal family, they would have known what to do. They didn't know what to do. For the last 100 years, they've proved that. That's why a lot of the blonde hair, blue-eyed royal family members who've been trained so well to be princes and princesses, kings and queens, have been thrown away like trash because the people in Washington, D.C. stole their positions. It never should have been in those positions. Because if you were from true leadership, from true royalty, if you truly had thousands of years of running a country, had those skills in you, you would have known what to do. I know what to do. That means one thing: you stole your positions. You destroyed, in 100 years, the entire thousands of years of royal family training, leadership, educators. You killed your own teachers. You're an idiot. I told you who I am. I'm King Rollo's great-grandson. All of you blonde-haired, blue-eyed, royal European ancestors from King Rollo, you came from my DNA. I didn't come from yours. You came from mine. So I know all about you. You can't fool me either. I want you to know I'm here for you. Somebody loves you. Somebody cares. God bless you all. And stay safe.